Okay. Good morning, everyone. In today's class, we will be discussing about 5G technology. So, what this 5G technology is all about? You all know the reason why we have taken up this particular topic. In yesterday's newspaper, if you see the headlines, in one of the headlines, it mentioned like Reliance Jio, it wants to roll out 5G in India in collaboration with Google. It wants to launch a cheapest low-cost 5G smartphone. Okay, so that's an initiative of Reliance. But here, what we got to know is what exactly this 5G is all about. Okay, this fifth generation technology. So right now in India, we are in fourth generation 4G. In countries, some of the Scandinavian countries like Norway and in USA, so they already rolled out this fifth generation technology. So they are there. The 5G already started getting implemented. In India, we are still yet to roll out this fifth generation technology. Still, we are with the fourth generation technology. Okay. So again, before understanding this 5G, let us try to understand the word technology. So here, if you see techno means actually skill. It's a Greek word. It's a Greek word. It means skill, art, or something. So whenever you come across the word lazy means what? Lazy means study. Okay. So how can you define the word technology? So what technology actually means? How can you define this? So technology means, technology actually studies the process, okay, and makes it simplified. Okay, so that's why with an upgradation of technology, we will start seeing simplifying the process of human interface. Suppose, for example, the way we interact, okay, the way we travel. So everything starts, it actually upgrades with increasing technology. So that's why if you see 3G phone and 4G phone, 4G phones are called as smartphones. Okay, so next we are coming to this 5G. So they are like they will be further smart. So they further enhances the speed. Okay, they further enhances the users interaction. Okay, so that is about the 5G that we will discuss one by one. So before that, so I want you to understand the word, what exactly technology means. So technology means it studies the process and makes it simplified, so for the users. So this is what we see. Say 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G. All right. So this is about technology. Now, if you come to this progression, evolution. So this evolution from 1G to 5G. Okay. So to understand this, so for definitely, so you should know about 2G, 3G, and 4G. Then we can come to this this the fifth generation technology also. Okay. So first you can take this first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation. Okay. So to understand this further, let us try to understand this industrial revolution. Industrial revolution. Okay, these are some of the keywords, because right now we are saying that we are IR 4.0. Okay, IR version 4.0. So that means we are in the fourth industrial revolution. So it means IR 1, IR 2, IR 3 already took place. So that's why now we are in IR 4, Industrial Revolution 4. When the first industrial revolution took place, it took place around 1750s, around 1750s. Second industrial revolution around, you can say, 1800s. And the third industrial revolution, you can say 1960s. And the fourth industrial revolution, you can consider, especially after this, with the entry of this 4G, with the entry of fourth generation technology, we started seeing the fourth industrial revolution. Okay, we will come to the fourth industrial revolution later. First, let us try to understand these three first. So, as we discussed, let us first try to understand this industrial revolution. Then we will link the industrial revolution to these technologies. If you see the first industrial revolution, IR1, if you see, where IR1 paid attention on, so there also we involved the technology. So there first we got this steam engine. Okay, we got electricity. Okay, so after electricity only we converted these handlooms. Till then we used to have handlooms, right? So that's if you correctly observe, till this coming up of this electricity, till the entry of electricity, Indian artisans used to be very much famous, our handlooms. But after the coming up of electricity, we got the power looms. Okay, so with the entry of power looms, okay, especially this spinning journey. So eventually what happened? The West started initially taking control of this electricity. So there this industrial revolution started. So we are seeing all the issues right now. So they became developed, we are still developing. Okay, because they are the one who first tapped this technology. So this process, this industrial revolution. So like this in the first industrial revolution, these steam engines and this we have this electricity. So these all actually took place during the time of first industrial revolution. If you take the case of second industrial revolution took place around 1800s. So second industrial revolution, if you see, it is more about what we call in one word as mass production. Okay, so second industrial revolution, mass production. Suppose, let me tell you a very simple example. Let us see what you all are doing, what you are having in your hand right now, pens. Take the case of pen. So right now we are getting pen even for 2 rupees, 3 rupees also. Okay. Okay, for 2 to 3 rupees also, we are getting some use and throw pens. Okay, but how we are able to manufacture that? So how we are able to manufacture such a product? Suppose if you see, there is huge technology that actually involved behind making of a pen. If you correctly observe, to make that knob, the tip of that refill, so that itself involves. So that means to make that much small one, you need very sophisticated technology. But still, it's coming just for 2 rupees. The reason, we are able to produce bulk. Okay, this is what we call as mass production. The one who made this as very much famous is Henry Ford. So during his time, the second industrial revolution took place. That's why Ford is a very famous person. There is also a process. There is also a philosophy behind him, Fordism. So Fordism actually deals with techniques of management to maximize the production. Okay, Henry Ford. So this is about second industrial revolution. So during the time of second industrial revolution, where we paid attention on? We paid attention on mass production. Okay, so this is second one. Then let's come to the third. If you see the third industrial revolution is what we call as, this is also called as semiconductor revolution. Semiconductor revolution. What this semiconductor means, you know, right now we have across the, like if you see any electronic platform. So with the entry of the semiconductor revolution, we got a new discipline, or the new subject is what is called as electronics. Okay, Till then, we used to have only electrical, high voltage. But with the entry of electronics, with the entry of the semiconductors, so we entered into the new one. That means we can maintain the electricity, the electricity level at the lowest. 0.5 watt, 0.2 watt, 1 watt, 2 watt, 3 watt. If you see your mobile charger. Okay. So mobile charger, how much? Around 3 watt, 2 watt. So at that level also we are able to manage. The reason, with the entry of the semiconductors, silicon. So in your 10th class, you might have read about this PN diodes. Okay, this PN diode, positive and negative. So this PN diodes are like the transistors. Later with that we got the transistors. Okay, radio. Then after that we entered in the television. So these semiconductors, with the semiconductors, actually the telecom sector also started. Okay, right now what we are seeing, these internet services, for all this, the base actually started at the Industrial Revolution third. So third Industrial Revolution, it is actually provided the base for the present, what we are seeing, the disruption in the telecom sector, the disruption in the providing of internet services to the people. So this started with IR3, Industrial Revolution 3. Okay, so after that, that's why it happened in 1970s, 1960s, 1970s. So by 1980s, we got internet. Okay, by 1980s, where for the first time we got the internet? So first internet experiments actually took place in the US military. Okay, so there they actually did the experiments. Even the same thing happened there with respect to touchscreen also. So they are the one who actually experimented that first, the military. So it's the US military who first experimented with this internet and this later with these touchscreens and all. So with that, they got to know the importance of it, and they eventually succeeded. So for that, then what they did, they started extensively using the OFCs, optical fiber cables. So with the help of this optical fiber cable, right? So then they started exchanging the data. So by 1980s, this flow of data, okay, via the optical fiber cable, it started becoming common. So that's why we started seeing these high quality, okay, on one side telephones, then they slowly started experimenting with these new models of communication. Okay, that's so previously we used to have only the landlines. Okay, that too only even for incoming calls also we have to pay. Before landlines, we used to have this trunk call. You know this trunk call concept? So trunk call means, see, you will be first you will be calling one person. You will be telling him that to whom you want to call. Okay. So with whom you are actually speaking, the other person also can listen, the one who actually connected the call. Because you cannot connect the call on your own. You have to call to the person who are near to the telephone exchange. They will dial the number. Okay, they will connect to the other person. The other person also has to come near to the exchange. There they can speak. Okay, so the trunk call concept we used to have. So with the trunk call, we come to these landlines. Okay, so like that. So initially, for all these things to happen, okay, so where first it is the third industrial revolution. So accordingly, we got this internet. So by 1990s, then we slowly started experimenting with this mobile communications. Okay, so mobile communications, but initially we could not able to achieve until the 2000s. Okay, so by the time this Motorola is the first company. So Motorola is the first one to actually experiment this cell phone signals, mobile signals. So it actually eventually succeeded. But the market was taken over initially by Nokia with the tag connecting people. Okay, so till the second generation mobiles, it is the Nokia that is the lead player. Okay, even you can say up to the third generation. But with the entry of third generation, the new smartphones and other mobile phone makers, with the entry of Google in the with the Android platforms, so we got the third generation 3G. Now we are into 4G. Okay, so for all these things, the background is these experiments at the US military level with respect to internet and with respect to the present touch phones and all touch screens. Okay, fine. So this is the background. Then eventually we entered into the fourth industrial revolution. This fourth industrial revolution is what we are experiencing right now. Okay, then and the latest one is IR version 4.0. So under IR version 4.0, we have things like artificial intelligence. Okay, and we have things like IoT, Internet of Things. Okay, machine learning. And we have things like augmented reality. Okay, so these are all the kind of terms we used to hear when it comes to Industrial Revolution 4.0. Okay, what we call these self-driving cars. You know, this Tesla already started this self-driving cars, and we have new modes of transport. We started experimenting. Okay, and we have this concept of smart homes. Okay, and we have this suppose for example, if you see, we entered from analog watches to this digital watches. Okay, so everywhere right now, if you see, even everybody developing their own artificial intelligence systems. Okay, so artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, machine learning, augmented reality. So what is artificial intelligence means? So artificial intelligence means we will provide via algorithms, we will provide sufficient data to the systems to think, so that whichever information you ask, the systems can give back the information. So artificially, with the help of algorithms, we will be feeding with data. Okay, so how Google is surviving? Google is actually surviving because we are providing the data. So we keep on providing different varieties of data to Google in terms of feedback, in terms of mails, in terms of different services, in terms of Google searches. So we will keep on provide data to the Google. Google will keep on process the data and it develops intelligence, artificial intelligence. Okay, so with the help of artificial intelligence, now we have what is called as machine learning. So machine learning means the machine will come to know, that means the system will come to know what's your next question. Let me tell you how this is actually being used by the Google. Suppose just a few days back, I was just searching about this. I was just knowing something about this digital learning. I want to read some articles. Okay, I also want to know something about this electricity and all. I just typed these words in the Google. Okay, so because my words are very specific, what is that? With respect to digital learning and with respect to this electricity. Okay, Google got these words, and after that, next time, see how they are actually targeting the people with ads also. Next time, when I started watching YouTube, in the YouTube, I started getting ads with respect to digital learning. If you want to get courses of digital learning, please join in these kind of institutes. Okay, at the same time, I started getting ads like, if you want to purchase any of these kind of electric equipment or electronic equipment, kindly contact these people. You will be getting ads right? So that means the machine, it started learning. Okay, so now again, next time when you observe, suppose if you type one word in the Google, next time before typing the similar word, Google will provide suggestions to you, because the machine will come to know what can be your next question. So this is what is called as machine learning. Okay, so machine will start guess what kind of question you will ask next time. So these all things are actually happening in the Industrial Revolution 4.0, the current one where we are right now. Okay, so this Industrial Revolution 4.0, for which the technologies that are helping very much is the 4th generation technology and the 5th generation technology, 4G. Right now it is 4G, next is 5G. Okay, so in India we are yet to roll out 5G. So for that only there are a lot many political issues also happening with respect to China, with respect to USA, with respect regarding the rollout of 5G technologies in India. China also wants to come and invest. USA is saying that please do not allow China, because China will come and invest and it will take all your data. So we also have the concerns with respect to Chinese involvement in this 5G, because China is right now one of the aggressive players. It wants to roll out 5th generation technology, 5G. Okay, so this is about 4 industrial revolutions and the technology. Now I will be showing you one pic, so that you can further understand 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G better. You can pay attention on this pic. See here, I thought I have collected, I just typed this in Google, then I got this pic. So I thought it's interesting. I too can share with you. So you can just see here, see the process. See, it is, first of all, see the graph. This is the graph. So here you can take technology. This side you can take technology. This side you can take what you can say, increased, you can say human interface. Human interface, or you can like, let's use this word, user friendliness. User friendliness. If you see, with increasing technology, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the user friendliness is actually getting increased. See here, that's first. It starts with cycle, then with scooter, then with car, then with aeroplane, then with rocket. So this actually indicates the speed and the access. Again, let me show you one thing here. I want you people to understand. See the fundamental differences. See the fundamental differences between this 1G, 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, and 5G. See here. First one you can see. If you take the case of first generation. First generation. So mostly what it is, basic voices. You can just call the person. That's why I used to tell you, we used to have to pay even for the incoming calls, not only for outgoing, even for incoming calls. So it's an analog system. First G means, see, previously there was no first generation. After the entry of 2G, then we named all the previous to 2G as first generation. That means all the basic phones, everything. Here you have to pay attention on a word called as latency. See this word. Latency. What is the word latency means? Let me tell you one statement. Try to know whether this is the right statement or not. With increasing from 1G to 5G, okay, the rate of latency decreases. The questions may come. So latency means, what you should understand is that latency means, suppose for example, we are right now we both are interacting via Okay, the internet platform. So via the internet platform, we both are interacting, the students and the faculty. But sometimes if you correctly observe, here I'm speaking, but sometimes you will not receive that you will not receive my voice on real-time basis. This you can best understand in WhatsApp calling. When you call the other person, in the recent past, WhatsApp increased this facility, if you correctly observe. Previously, when we used to call in WhatsApp, first you say hello, then you wait, then the other person will say hello. Then after that you say what you are doing. Then you should wait. So this wait is what we call, okay. So this is what reaction time. Suppose from here, if I say hello, I will wait for some time. I will have a cup of tea, then I will wait, then the other person will say hello. That means very high latency. Okay. So in the case of 1G, there is no concept of latency at all because it's not a digital communication, it's analog communication. From 2G onwards, the latency comes. That's why you might know in 2G, that time for the first time we got this internet facility incorporated into the mobile phones, in the 2G phones. What we call the technology as the GPRS. Okay, I will be telling you the list right now one by one. So if you see 2G, if you want to browse something, if you open, it's very low. So that means the bit rate, see here, what is the bit rate here? The data rate, maximum data rate 64 kbps. Okay, so that means the latency is very high. So that's why there is no concept of video call, no concept of this internet based calls. Only via the telecom towers we used to have a phone calls. But what we did here under the 2G, we started incorporating the multimedia system. Share these pictures, videos, at least though it takes time, but still you can share. But the only thing is you should have a little more extra patience. But still you can share via the 2G. Okay. So in the 2G, we actually have two technologies. Within the 2G, we have two technology. One is GPRS, second one is Edge. That's why in your mobile, if you see, sometimes you'll get the symbol E. Okay. So what is the full form of Edge? See, the full form of GPRS is General Packet Radio Services. GPRS full form, General Packet Radio Services. General Packet, biscuit packet. You can consider at least. General Packet Radio Services. GPRS full form. Okay, so that's the first one actually. Then comes the Edge, EDG. That's why you will get the symbol sometimes. If you see your mobile networks, you'll get the symbol E when you don't have access to 3G or 4G. So E actually full form of E is actually Edge, EDG, Edge. Okay, so the full form of Edge is Enhanced Data Rates. The full form of Edge, I'm just writing here, I will rub it off later. Enhanced data rates for GSM evolution. There will be some technical terms here. You no need to worry. Just try to know some basic information that will be sufficient. Because when it comes to civil services, you no need to go into the corest of the core of this because it's a pure technical subject. Suppose, for example, take the case of GSM, Global System for Mobile Communication. So this GSM is the one right now we all are using, the GSM model only. Okay, right now all the mobile phones, they're actually using the GSM model. It's a European model. It's in Europe, this pilot system got developed. We all are using the same platform right now, the GSM platform. Okay, right now all the mobile phones, everything, they are operating under the GSM platform. Previously, we used to have a platform called a CDMA platform, code division multiple access. I'm just telling you some of the words, but you don't need to understand all the things. You don't need to go into too much of technical details, because that much technical details not required. Because for us, more than the technical detail, the application part is important. But in prelims, in science and technology, sometimes questions may come on technology aspect. Okay. So in that context, at least try to know these words. Okay, GPRS, edge, and we will be having what we call that as HSPA. Next, I will be telling you that. So this is about edge. So two technologies that are part of 2G. One is GPRS, second one is edge. So I hope this is clear. Then come to the third. Third means early 2000s. Okay. So early 2000s, we entered into the third generation. And the third generation, you will get the symbol, right? H plus. So this H is the full form of H is actually HSPA. Okay. So the name itself suggests. What is the name suggesting here? High speed data access. The full form of speed is HSP is high speed data access. So sometimes you get H, sometimes you get H plus. H plus means it is next to the H. That means it is evolved or additional speed to the HSPA. Okay. So this is the technology that we use in the third generation. High speed packet access. So with the entry of 3G, we entered into this what we call as mobile broadband. Okay. Mobile broadband, at the same time, see the speed, see the latency. See the latency from here to here. See the speed from here to here. So latency decreased, speed increased. Okay. But again, so for the first time we entered into the smartphones. So increased data rates, decreased latency, and we got this phones, smartphones, tablets. Okay. So because till then, see, until this 2G is there used to be a dominance of computers and laptops. Okay. So after that, we entered into the next phase of smartphones and tablets. Okay. So that starts with 3G. Again here, what kind of information we are exchanging? You're exchanging the voice, you're exchanging the data. That means because the data flow, the data rate has become faster, we start exchanging the data. Internet. So with 3G, with the entry of 3G, internet has become part of the mobile phone. So everybody started then understanding the importance of it. Okay. So with the entry of 3G, we entered into the smartphones. Okay. Slowly we started experimenting. Okay. But that time we don't have this WhatsApp calling, and for the first time we got this video calling, but the latency is quite high. So that's why, though we got the data, we are able to exchange the data via internet. We can go for voice calls, video calls, but still the latency is quite high. See here. Still the latency is 212 milliseconds. Still. Okay. Then after that, we entered into the next one, what we call this as 4G. The technology that we use in 4G is LTE. Okay. So what is the full form of LTE? Long-term evolution. Long-term evolution. Okay, that's why this we also have this Vivo LTE, voice over. Suppose, for example, if you see the Jio platform, the whole exchange of voice is happening via the internet. Okay, So that's why to get access to GeoSIM, you should always keep the internet on. You should keep the data on. Okay, so this is about fourth generation. Next, we enter into the high-speed internet. Okay, smartphones, everything is got an extension. Okay, next is the latest, the fifth one. The fifth one, 5G is not actually a new kind of technology, a new kind of process, but it's a new kind of, it's a new process. So what we did under 5G here, we incorporated all the things. Now we further got the speed. The latency, see the latency between 4G and 5G. Latency less than 1 millisecond. So that means, like when we speak lively, how we speak, in the similar way we can speak under the 5G platforms. Okay, so it's like no difference. Wherever you are, when you are speaking under the 5G platform, you speak like you're just speaking in a very lively manner. Even the small nuances and sounds also can be captured. Okay, so that is the fifth generation technological platform. Okay, so this right now, if you want to go for this artificial intelligence, we have this remote control devices, we have this telemedicine, teleeducation. Right now we have this telemedicine concept, this robotic surgery. Robots are performing the surgery. So you will be somewhere from another place, just via the robots you will perform the surgeries. Okay, and we have this hologram technology. Hologram means one person can conduct political campaigns at one time in 10 places. One person can speak at 10 places at a time, not via this live. We have this holograms. Hologram means this hologram technology. You might have watched the movie Shivaji. So in that you will be seeing that the Chitti will be coming in the form of from the hologram. First in the election, the 2004 elections, it was experimented by the Modi. Modi already did this hologram technology. So they will decorate the stage everywhere. Okay, people will be gathering, but at one place Modi will be presented, but in all the places his virtual image. So that will be that will be shown to the people. So it almost looks like he is really speaking with them. So the next level of campaign will happen in this hologram technology. Okay, so and we have these drones. Now we have regulations with respect to uses of the drones. Because of the governmental regulations, we could not able to see. There are many other facilities that can be provided via the drones, but due to security challenges, we are still not allowing much of it via the drones. But still, when it comes to strategic point of view, military, we are going for these drones. So there America got very latest technology, very advanced technology. Okay, next, if the 5G comes, if the fifth generation comes, that data means with ultra speed. Okay, so gigabytes of data will flow. So with the intro 5G, then this data will be everywhere. You don't need to worry about data at all. High speed data, very high speed. Okay, at the same time, so if this high speed data comes, so what are the advantages of this? So we can use this in the health sector, we can use this in the education sector. Okay, we can build smart homes. Okay, we can suppose, for example, we have these automated cards, so they will be identifying. So they will identify where they have to take the turn. In a similar way, the 5G technology comes up. We can reduce the accidents with it. We can reduce the road accidents. So we can at different places we can keep the cameras. The cameras will keep monitor the vehicles. They will alert. They will, suppose for example, they will alert the driver. So within a minute you will get a big turn. Kindly alert. Kindly be Be alert while driving. Understood that. So fifth generation incorporates the technologies. So what are the major technologies it is incorporating? As I told you, let me show you here this. So now if you see, it is actually incorporating what we call that as IoT, Internet of Things. Now we have all the major services that can be provided just with one smartphone. Okay. So it is integrating all your, it integrated your voice, it integrated video, it integrated commerce. Okay. It integrated social networking, it integrated education. Okay. So everything, all the aspects you can deal just with one smartphone. Okay. So because of the presence of 4G right now, because of the presence of 4G, still we are going with IoT. If 5G comes, if the fifth generation comes, these all will be further enhanced. But still, see, let us see the simple example. You guys and me, we right now interacting via the digital platform, but still we have slight challenges. Sometimes there will be, even in my voice also, sometimes when I speak, there will be some lags in that. So that definitely creates some kind of inconvenience to the student. Okay, even though the student can adjust, but still the student needs to get adjusted because the technology is still not smooth. But if the 5G comes, if the fifth generation comes, the latency will be almost near zero. You do not even feel like you are staying somewhere. Okay, so the latency will be near zero, and we have a lot many added advantages to that. And this integration of IoT, it will be further strengthened. Okay, next time in YouTube, type the word, type this particular word, you will get some information. I'm writing this word here, augmented reality shopping. Augmented reality shopping. You know what it is? See, right now, next level of shopping you can do via the smartphones is that you feel like you entered into the supermarket. You will be staying at your home. Right now, we are just seeing the images. Next time, we can go inside the supermarket store virtually, then we can see the things. So this is the next level. And before that, right now, under 5G, so they actually integrate, see how they integrated services, I will be showing you. Take your smartphone. Take your smartphone to a nearby supermarket. Okay. There, you want to purchase some items. Okay. You want to purchase the items. Then what will happen? You want to purchase, suppose, some cereals. You want to purchase some corn. You want to purchase some rice or something like that. So on the packet, they will be mentioning all the details. They will mention everything. Suppose, for example, if you want to purchase cornflakes, then they will be mentioning the details. How much protein? Okay. How much carbo? How much fats? How much sugars? Okay. Every detail they will mention. Just take your phone near to that packet and just scan it. Okay. So your smartphone already got your health data. That means, are you diabetic? Are you a normal person? Okay. Are you having any issues? Immediately, what your smartphone will do on the basis of your health data, it will see whether this particular packet will be useful to you or not. Suppose, for example, you have the health data, you want to get the shampoo. Okay. So if you scan the shampoo, okay, then the details will pop up. The details will pop up like this. And they will mention this particular shampoo containing this much amount of these ingredients. So if you are a person experiencing some scalp issues, it can be for like hair loss or it can be any other issues. Okay, then whether this shampoo will be suitable to your hair or not, it will just pop up a window and it will provide the details. If you want, you can purchase. So what it is doing here, better quality. That means that's what I told you. What is the technology means? With increasing with upgradation of technology, you are further simplifying the process. You're further making the process more user friendly. So this is what augmented reality shopping. Okay. So this is with respect to the 5th generation technology, 5G, under which I told you this Internet of Things. Internet of Things means what? All the things we will be integrating at one place via the internet. Because without internet, you cannot integrate all these services. We are integrating our health, we are integrating our education, we are integrating our entertainment. Everything will be getting integrated at a single common place. That is what is called as a smartphone. Okay. So if the 5G comes up, it enhances the speed, it reduces the latency. Okay. So these are the key advantages. Okay. The speed means you no need to it's a fraction of seconds. Okay. Gigabytes, like that means I think within a second 4.5 GB data will be like what you call that, the flow of data, the data rate. That means within few seconds, now streaming everything. That's why if you correctly observe, with the entry of smartphones, majority of the people, they stop downloading the songs. Most of the people, very few, like, okay, sometimes if you want, you can download the songs, but in most of the occasions, are the people downloading the songs? No, because we know that now data means just switch on and switch off. That's it. Switch on the data, and whichever song you want to listen, go to the app and listen, come back. No need of storing. So this streaming, live streaming. So when the 5G comes, this many downloads also will not be there. Cloud. Then next most important thing. With the entry of 5G, we got this cloud. Now see, this particular class, neither I am saving nor you are saving. It will be saved in the cloud. Somebody will be managing. Somebody will manage. Microsoft is managing our data. Amazon is managing our data. Google is managing our data. They are maintaining that. So whenever I need, just upload your photos in the cloud. Even if that's why, if you have one Google ID, how many smartphones you change, the same data will be there. How? Because Google is maintaining the data. Neither you maintaining nor the smartphone. Okay. How many times suppose, for example, today you used one smartphone, tomorrow another smartphone, but still the same data. Who is maintaining? Google via cloud. Cloud means you will be here, equipment is here the person will maintain. Cloud means somewhere outside. That's why we call that as cloud. So these are the advantages of 5G. Speed, reduced latency, at the same time enhanced user experience. Okay. Now the thing is how India is actually reacting to this. So how India is actually reacting to the 5G? India's reaction. As of now, we haven't yet rolled out 5G because it requires a huge expenditure. Initially, we have to modernize the equipments. Okay. But if you want to go for effective tele services, the long distance services, it can be education, it can be health, okay, it can be any other aspect, tele, then definitely 5G is most essential. Okay. Next is, when it comes to India, still we have these infrastructural issues. We need heavy initial investment to roll out 5G, but we are already experimenting that. Yesterday in the newspaper also they mentioned Reliance will be rolling out 5th generation technologies. The other companies also, they're getting ready to roll out because India is a very big market. Okay. But here, in China's Huawei, this Huawei company, this ZTE is a company that is holding actually Huawei. So it is making heavy inroads uh, into this 5G. So that's why this 5G actually entered into this political geopolitics also. Geopolitics between USA and China. Okay. So USA saying like China, right now China is very, it became very much powerful in the telecom sector. So China wants to misuse its 5G. By rolling out its 5G, it wants to collect data from other parts of the world. Okay, so be careful. That's why India also, it is like we are also very much careful whether to roll out, whether to give contracts to China or not. Okay, so we have our own challenges, and that too after the happening of this Galvan incident, it got further intensified. We shouldn't give much to China. Okay, so in India we have these challenges. So along with that, along with this political challenge, we have these infrastructural challenges. So along with these two, if you see, you can say in India still the internet density is more in the urban areas but not in the rural areas. Okay, digital literacy is challenging in the country. Okay, right to privacy is a fundamental right, but data protection is not there in the country. These all are the points you can mention. You can write down. In India, we have right to privacy as a fundamental right. Right to privacy as a fundamental right. So you can write down challenges. Yes, 1 minute. Challenges. One is with respect to initial investment. Second one is huge overhaul of the infrastructure. Okay, next one is security. You can take the China as example here. Okay, next is privacy. Okay, because now data is the new gold. Okay, privacy, right to privacy is a fundamental right, but still, what point you write here? The fourth point, continuation. No data protection law. Okay, next, the fifth point is internet density. Internet density more in urban than rural. Okay, urban 97, rural 25. That means out of 100, only 25 people able to use internet in the rural areas, but out of 100, more than 97 are able to use internet in the urban areas. Okay. So this is the fifth point. So these are the challenges right now when it comes to India. On one side, to implement the 5G, along with the issues associated with fifth generation technology. Okay, so how to overcome? So how to overcome these challenges? So we have like we need, suppose for example, in the year 2019, this the government of India came with a policy called as National Electronics Policy 2019. So under this National Electronic Policy 2019, we have the sector called as ESDM. The electronic sector in the country is called as ESDM sector. Okay, what is the full form of ESDM? Electronic. Okay, system design and manufacturing. Okay, electronic system design and manufacturing. That means the whole electronics industry in the country is actually called as ESDM sector. Electronics, system, design and manufacturing. So all three. Okay, so with respect to the ESDM sector, in the year 2019, central government, union government came with a policy called as National Electronics Policy 2019. So this electronics policy 2019 actually wants to roll out 5G. In India, we have to roll out 5G. So this is what it says. So it speaks about 5G. It also speaks about IoT, Internet of Things. It also speaks about AI. It also speaks about machine learning. Okay. So as we mentioned these policies, the goals of the policy need to be implemented first. Okay, that is the first point you have to remember. Second one, we have a project called as BharatNet to connect all the villages, especially the village level panchayats in the country, okay, via the internet. This needs to be intensified. Okay. You have to create, next third point, you need to create internet highways. This word is good, use this word anywhere. Internet highways. What are internet highways means? So you like see what is the usage of highways, national highways? For the heavy traffic. That means for heavy load of information, you need to create a separate internet lines. Okay, so to transfer the bulk amount of data, you need to create these internet highways. Okay, so if you are able to create this internet highways, so that bulk amount of data can be transferred. Okay, next point you can write, we should also pay attention on this IPR. This is very weak in the country right now. Intellectual property rights, especially patents. Intellectual property rights. Okay, we should also pay attention on this. And finally, this awareness generation. Okay, to enhance the digital literacy. So that should be another point. Awareness generation to enhance physical, digital literacy. Okay. So these all are the, it's a way forward with respect to how to roll out 5G technologies in the country. Okay, so this is about different technologies. What is 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G? What is this industrial revolution? What is 1, 2, 3, and 4? Okay, so where we started, where we ended up, and where we will be moving forward. So this is what is the whole structure behind the topic. Okay, so with that note, I am ending the topic. Thank you.